Okay, so let me have a look and see if I'm live. It seems that we are live. Okay, good. So I'm just trying to see the live stream and how does it work. It seems that we are live. Oh, so now why? There you go. So we redirected to YouTube, but it seems that the camera is not on. So what's happening? Oh, we're back again. Okay, good. So this is working. I'm going to try this live video and I'm going to start to paint something. Didn't paint for quite a while, so probably just do some floral arrangement. Picking up a brush in here. The brushes, some water. Just gonna pour some here. This is my water palette. Activating the paint. Okay, so that's good. Just gonna set it over here. I'm using the Etcher sketchbook, everyday sketchbook. This is the turtle that we did last time by doing in the in-person classes. So you can see there's a lot of different techniques I was trying to teach. So this one was not completed, and that's by myself, and that's okay. But this is the cold press watercolor paper. And the nice thing about the Etcher watercolor sketchbook, that you can actually paint on two sides and it will still be perfect. All right, so I was feeling a little bit of maybe I'll do some sunflowers. Feeling the mood for sunflowers, so I'm going to use my Etcher Lab brushes, and I'm using this big one, size 12. So just gonna whip that here. And I am going to take some brown color. So either if you have burnt umber or any brown color, mix it with Payne's gray. So usually I like to pick up my paint by making a big nice swirl on my palette here, if I didn't squeeze it fresh from the tube. And then after that, we'll put some paint on the palette here with some water. And then picking some Payne's gray to give it a little bit of a darker hue. This is nice for now. And then I'm draining the water from my brush, so the brush is not it's not dripping water. So getting a variety of greens. Also, you can mix some green with variety of brown, sorry, and you can mix it a little bit with purple, and to get some different hues there. In terms of where my sunflowers are going to be, I'm just going to pick randomly in the paper. So I'm just going to start here by having almost a dry brush and picking up any of the browns here and making variety of dots. And you can see, actually you cannot see. So we'll bring this a little bit closer. And I'll bring this guy forward. Now, what we're making very nice, like generous dots of paint. around over here, and it will get lighter as we go out. And this is going to be the center of my sunflower. And as I go in the center, I may add a little bit more darker. You just let it bleed and it on the dots that are already existing. Okay. And then we're going to bring maybe a little bit of orange, a little bit of yellow, ochre maybe. That would be a nice, yep, that's a nice yellow. I'm going to bring a little bit orange beside. Oh, that's too orangey, but that's okay. Oh, that's a good position, I think. Okay, and then we'll bring the yellow in here. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to drain from that brown and just do this technique where you get the tip touching that brown and then the belly of the brush touches the paper and then slowly lift it up. So usually what I notice people, they do this and they just quickly lift it up. You can do that, but as long as you're conscious about what you're doing, which is tip and then belly and up, and you can see the etcher brushes are very nice in a way that they are very pointy. So even with this size 12 etcher brush, I can make a very nice thin line, or I can make a very big stroke. So I'm just going to continue to do this with different directions and also different hues. So I'm going to bring a lighter yellow, and I'm just going to continue to do that, and just really have fun at it with it, um, and just change the direction and see what your brush is capable of doing. And every once in a while, I think it become a muscle memory where I like to do those lines. But generally speaking, that's basically what I'm going with right now. Press and release, belly press and up. And now here you notice that because the brush is dry, it didn't give me a full appearance of the it didn't give me this nice fusion, this nice, like, oval shaped, but it's okay. I'm thinking the center of my um, sunflower need a little bit of expansion, so I'm just going to expand it this way, and you can see that it bleeds a little bit out. I'm not super enthusiastic on how she looks like, but that's okay. I haven't been painting for a while, so this is my comeback, and I don't have a paper towel, so that's okay. We'll just have to do what we have. Okay, so that's one sunflower that I don't like very much. But let's do the other sunflower and see what comes out of it. So we're just going to do the dots again, maybe a smaller size this time. And then we're going to come back with the yellow and just going to go around again like that. Just press, release and go, press, release and go. And it can have in different shapes and sizes. And different hues. So this is going to come from the back a little bit, like that. And here we go. And now we're going to put some greens. So mixing the greens, you can mix any, if you have sap green or any green that you have, you can mix it with purple, you can mix it with red. I'm basically taking whatever I have here on my palette, activating the watercolor paints with I'm activating the watercolor paints with water, and then again press release and go. So tip, belly, and up, tip, belly, and up. This is the tip, and then belly, and I'm slowly dragging it up there. Again, tip, belly, and I'm slowly dragging it up there. So that's basically the shape, and you can see because there's more water than paint, it is very light. So if you want it a little bit darker, then you'll go with some brown, or you can go with some, you can do brown, or you can do purple, or whichever color that you want. And you can see here, you can have it a little bit of a darker hue. So again, just making some, branches and just going along with whatever, the brush decided to create. So we're just going to go here again, and then more leaves. And you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just holding brush tip, belly, and up, tip, belly, and up. And I'm coming back again here because I want it to be a little bit darker. Or you can just have one line, and then after that, just use the tip of the brush like that to create this appearance. And always remember that nature is not perfect. It's not symmetrical. So we feel free to make things asymmetrical. Now you can see here, I'm having a little bit of a darker paint. So you can continue to do that here by, just press belly and up. You can draw it. You can draw your leaf wherever you want it to go and just slowly drag your brush. And then you can come back with these lines and just kind of create an impression of a leaf. That's another way of doing it. And really painting floral and leaves is something that is very beautiful and therapeutic because it doesn't have to be perfect. You can make it whichever way, whichever shape you want it to be. Okay, so we're doing more leaves. I'm not going to lie, I don't like the shape of my sunflowers, but you know what? Sometimes you have nice flowers, sometimes you don't. It depends. And this is me, I think, just warming up and trying the Zoom and the YouTube because I do want to produce videos that are live every Thursday using my Zoom account for that. Okay, so I'm liking this leaf effect. So I'm just going to have lighter leaves by mixing a lighter green with the yellow. And we can make it right over here. We can make some lighter leaves right over here as well. Some here. And if you have a good brush, like for the most part, the brush will do the work for you. And if I don't want to make specific shapes, usually I hold the brush from the tip of it, and it will create any given shape it just creates more organic shapes here. Okay, so maybe we'll go for a smaller size brush and try to create something different. So I'm going now with size 6 of nature brushes. Maybe I'll try a red color here, making a little bit of roses. So when you're making roses, you want to go and have some C shapes, small comma C shapes. Just go and make some random shapes, like just very thin lines. And then after that, wash your brush with water, and then just continue to do some C shapes around it like that. And that will give you the appearance of the rose. I'm going to do another one over here. So again, C shape like that, multiple, random rich color C shapes, and then dip it in water, wash it, drain it a little bit, and then just touch the edge and see how going like with the side of the brush. And again, touch the edge and just go with the side of the brush and see what the brush is capable of doing, and just go in swirls and think about how those petals are going to meet each other. Don't try to copy me, exactly. Don't try to overthink it. Just go with the flow and enjoy whatever comes out of it. Um, it's usually going to be something really nice. So don't overthink the flowers. Just enjoy what comes out of it. Okay, so these are some leaves here, some buds, and okay. I'm going to do maybe one more over here, another C shapes, and then I'm just going to drag it like that, and just kind of give an illusion of a flower being here, right? Just fluff it. And then if you want it to be a little bit more darker, you can add more colors in the center, like so, and that will give you more colors. And if you're not getting this effect on your paper, it's because your paper is different. Um, Again, I'm using the Etcher Lab sketchbook, and you can see how, the colors are really like, if you put enough colors and water in there, the paper will absorb it and will sit there. And for that, I really love the Etcher Lab sketchbook. So this is a very nice warm-up exercise for me. I haven't painted in quite a while, so I'm starting to like what I'm getting here. Okay, so just gonna go a little bit, maybe blue, maybe this is phthalo blue, I don't know. We're going to do some berries here, and maybe a little bit on here, maybe some over here. I don't know, maybe some over here, a little bit darker. And we're just gonna connect them with the green. Not even, overthinking the process, just, do some nice thin lines in between them. Okay, so just one few strokes there and here. Okay, so just going back now to the sunflower and just adding a little bit of dip to the center of it. Again, adding more dots at the edges here. Maybe for this guy, I'm just gonna add more yellow. Just come back again with more concentrated yellow and just add layers of yellow leaves. Maybe some over here too. Especially if I want, to create the illusion that this is a deep, I need to, have the darker colors to be in the center, like so. I think I'm going to finish it up here. And I think that's a very good warm up exercise for me. And I'm glad that the Zoom and the YouTube work together so I can actually have live videos without having the 1,000 subscriber. Um, the techniques we used here, we used round brushes, and we made like sure that we have this technique of having the tip of the brush goes as one line. We're going to press and we're going to go up like that, or we can have the tip of the brush press and we can go sideways like so. And you can see that these shapes can create the leaf or they can create the rose, right? If you continue to do it that way. And if you continue to do it in different sizes, then you're going to get your rose or your leaf shape. And mostly this is what the watercolor or the shapes is all about. And it's just a matter of, how, specific you want to be, because you can have something like that. Some people like to have, this technique as their watercolor technique. So whatever shapes comes out of your brush, they're your brush strokes, and you should own it. Don't try to copy anybody else because everybody has their own style and their own technique. Okay, so I'm very excited that this actually worked. I am going to do a live tutorial on Thursday from 8 to 9. Same process with the Zoom and on this YouTube channel. And I think that you can join in the chat in the live YouTube. And I can't wait to see everybody on Thursday.